What is going on, everybody? Let me make sure I am on the correct microphone here so that I can sound loud and clear as we're talking on today's member call. See everybody logging in. Good to see everyone today. Let's see. Check 1, 2, 3. All right, looks like I'm good. Tell me if you can hear me in the chat box. Let me know if you can hear me and I'm coming in loud and clear for this second member call of June 2021. Pumped up to hear everybody today, talk to everybody today, answer any questions today. I know we've got some amazing people in the crowd. I see a ton of messages coming in. Here we go. I say, Vicky said, yep, loud and clear. Terry said, yes, sir. Jill said, hi, Shane. What's going on, everybody? Clark's in the house. Jennifer Trinidad's hanging in from Hawaii, looks like. Everybody tell me who you are and where you are from so I can give you a shout out in the chat as we get rolling here. We've got John from North Carolina. We got Karen from Colorado. We've got Martha from Boston, Massachusetts. What's going on, Martha? Let's see. We've got Eric and Nicole saying, what's up to my FYL peeps? Remember, guys, if you click panelists, it says it only to me. But if you click panelists and attendees, everybody can see you can join in the chat so that everybody can celebrate your successes and everyone can. So I want everybody right now, go ahead and change it to panelists and attendees. Let me know when you do that. Say, I'm switched, and go ahead and put that inside of the chat box right now as I greet everybody else. Let's say we got Matthew from Long Island, New York. Matthew, go ahead and change that to panelists and attendees. We got Elise, I think that's who that is, from San Francisco, California. Angela from Team FL in the house from Oklahoma. You know that. Vicky is chiming in from Wisconsin. Make sure you switched it over to panelists and attendees, Vicky. We want to make sure everybody's hanging out and talking together, and we can have a great discussion, especially when we share all of our wins. For sure. We've got Liz and Jess of Rhubarb and Rubbish. Liz from Jamestown, North Dakota. Liz, Jess, we were packing Membership Masters yesterday, and Isaac was packing some of the envelopes, and he saw your all's address, Rhubarb and Rubbish, and he thought that was hilarious. He started dying laughing right in the middle. We're like, what are you doing? And he goes, look at this name, Rhubarb and Rubbish. That's awesome. And so he absolutely loved your all's business name when he was packing some envelopes, or maybe it was newsletters. I don't know. He was packing. My kids pack all the envelopes, guys. That's why sometimes the addresses are askew when you get those. So that was awesome, Rhubarb and Rubbish yesterday. We got Terry from Cape Girardeau, Missouri. We got Karen switched over. Good to see everybody going panelists and attendees. Let's see. We got Paul from Nicholasville. We got Lori is in an RV somewhere in Colorado hiding, and we've got more people logging in. So it's awesome. Good to see everybody here today. Cannot wait to answer all of your questions. Here's how this works. Also, if this is your first Q&A ever, let us know that. We want to make sure that we give you a shout out in the chat. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. All right. We got Jen from Ontario, Canada. What's up, guys? We got people all over the place today. All right. So here's the drill. We've already got a couple questions in the Q&A box. So click on Q&A somewhere on your Zoom screen. Maybe you're on a phone. You got to tap it and let some options come up. Maybe there's 3 dots you got to tap, and tap Q&A. And then I want you to ask any question you have about online business right now, making money with memberships, making money online. These can be questions about your product, your idea, your marketing, whatever you want to ask me today. I'm here to help you and serve you to the best of my ability. Once I get 5 or 6 questions, I do take those in the order I receive. I do usually answer around 10. So if you want to get your question answered here on air, now's the time. Where are you stuck in your online business? You need to click that Q&A button. You need to start putting that in right now. That's where I take questions in the Q&A. And also another thing that we want to do here on our member call is we want to celebrate your success. So we don't care if you sold your business all the way from quit your job to got your first 100 members to made a lead magnet or started your website. We want to hear what has been happening with you in the last 2 weeks of your online business. I see, I have no idea how to say that name. I'm going to butcher this, but it's a Roswita. Is it Rosita? I'm not sure exactly how to say that, but it's the first member call. Maybe you can give me the pronunciation guide so this old boy from Appalachia can figure out how to say that name. But first member call in Rockport, Washington. Rose is fine. That's what I like. I like it. We'll go with Rose. So welcome to the member call. Love welcoming a brand new person who's not been to a Q&A before. If you have a question, please click the Q&A box, or I might miss it. The chat box does start going pretty fast. I saw Vicky, you dropped a question right there. You should have a Q&A button that you can click somewhere on your screen. Drop that in there. But I do want your wins shared in the chat box, and make sure that it says panelist and attendee. So I want everybody in here. If you're in here, if you can hear my voice, something good happened in your online journey in the last 2 weeks. It could be something else in your life. Maybe your kid graduated high school, whatever it is. We want to celebrate those wins, but anything about online business, any progress that you made, please put that in the chat box, and please put your questions in the Q&A box so that I can keep those organized as we go. While you're typing in your questions in the online for online business in the Q&A, and why you are celebrating those successes. I see Clark just dropped a success story. I see Eric and Noel got another success story in there. I'll be getting to those in just a few minutes. Got 5 questions already. Here they come. That's what I'm talking about. Type those in. Oh, God, I love that win, Liz. I'm going to read that one out loud here in just a minute. Angela, if you could screenshot those for me, for us, and you can send them either email or text. I can open them in the text box, actually, pretty easy. But I got a couple announcements. Who in the Facebook group saw last week that I posted a picture and it said real sneakily, who wants to flip their life live and in person all around the country? Who would love to come and hang out with me and Jocelyn, hang out with our team, hang out with other members of the Flip Lifestyle community, hang out with other people that will be joining the Flip Lifestyle community? Well, guess what? We are going to be going on the road this summer and this fall. It's going to be absolutely incredible. We have got some business partners now in the live event space, and we're going to be working with them to host workshops all around the country. I'm speaking at a lot of events this year. I'm speaking at an event in Tampa on July 16th in Tampa, Florida. That one is not for Flip Your Life Live. Don't worry about that. But I am going to be speaking at like Podcast Movement, FinCom. But we're also going to be hosting our own workshops, Flip Your Life Live workshops for around 100 people all over the country. The first ones are going to be on June 30th and 31st. Angela, correct me if I'm wrong when I say these dates, because I may get this wrong. We are going to be in Tampa, Florida on June 30th and 31st. You're going to be getting an email about this pretty soon with a link. There's no reason. We don't have any sign up stuff set up yet. I just want to let you guys save the dates if you're in the Tampa area. Our goal is to get around the country in as many places as we can and make these more regional events, so you don't have to travel all the way across the world to get there. July 30th and 31st in June. See, that's why today is the 30th. I can't go. I'm here in my office right now. What am I talking about? July 30th and 31st, we are going to be in Tampa, Florida. So if you're in the Florida area or in the Southwest or Southeast, you can join us there. And we are also going to be doing a second workshop in Tampa, Florida on August, is it 14th and 15th, Angela? Angela keeps me straight here. She knows the schedule. Yes. So keep those dates up. We are going to be sending links. Now, listen, in the past, we have charged up to $1,500 to come to one of our workshops for one of our 2-day events. But these are going to be much cheaper. They're going to be somewhere between $99 and like $297. We don't know exactly yet because we're still kind of getting the cost of everything in these hotels. But we're going to be we're going to do them a little bit more low key because we really want people to come to these events and hang out and take 2 days to learn everything about it. So we're going to also be going to, here's some other cities that we'll be in later in the year. We are going to be in Austin. We're going to be in Dallas. We're going to be in Charlotte. We're going to be in Atlanta at some point. We don't know exactly. That one might be 2022. Okay. But I'm just here to tell you that we are coming to your city, and we're going to make that happen. And but Tampa is the one that matters, man. And it's an easy flight from a lot of places. I mean, we flew down there a couple weeks ago for $150 and round trip, and you can get some good flights into there. And we're going to be doing these workshops. So we're going to have 2 of those events in Tampa. They're going to be July 31st. I'm sure we'll make it out to the West Coast, and we'll try to get up into the Northeast. Here's the problem right now we're having, guys. The South is more open because of COVID. It just is. Like all the way over into Texas and the desert states and the Midwest and all that. Like these states are the easiest places where we can get rooms. We can take risks of knowing if we sign a contract that we're actually going to be able to have the event. So as the world opens back up, as things release, as the vaccine gets spread across the country, and as everybody else gets open, that's fine. But right now we're going to be staying in those southern states, but we're trying to make it as far west as we can, so that the people in California can hop to Dallas instead of hopping all the way over to Tampa. We're going to fly all the way across the country in just a couple hours. And but yeah, there'll be very limited seating at these events. We're working with some live event partners. There's going to be a lot of people that want this ticket. So keep that on your calendar. Just wanted to let everybody know that for sure. Also, I want to let you guys know that here in a week or so, I'm not going to drop a link to this yet, but I just want to keep your eye on this. Our partners, Kajabi, are going to be offering a really, really cool deal. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to announce this yet, Angela, but I'm going to our members who are here. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do this. I don't know if they told me not to. I'm going to do it though. Okay. So for those of you not on Kajabi or don't know what Kajabi is the exclusive platform that we recommend for people starting, building, and growing a membership business, an online business. They're about to have a really cool promotion. It's going to be $99 for 90 days of Kajabi for new members. That's a really insane deal, guys. That's like $33 a month for the first 3 months of your business that you're going to be able to do that. So for those of you who are thinking about switching to Kajabi, or you're thinking about signing up for Kajabi, hold on, because we're going to get our partner links before everybody else. I just got the email about it the other day. We're going to send you guys a partner link, and we are Kajabi affiliates. We do receive a commission for anybody that signs up for these deals. But this is the best deal I've ever heard of any platform. I mean, $99, 90 days. If you're switching or you're starting fresh from scratch, that's incredible. And Kajabi will let you build your website, send emails, manage your products, create sales funnels. It's a CRM. It's everything that you need. It's what we use. All of our businesses are now exclusively on Kajabi on the customer side of things. And we practice what we preach. We drink our own Kool-Aid. So it's a great deal. It's going to be amazing. I don't know when they're starting their promotion, but you should be getting some emails about it next week, or maybe early the week after. But I'm going to see if I can get that link to you guys early for anybody who wants to start out on Kajabi. So lots going on over here in the Flipped Lifestyle universe. But we're here today for a Q&A. So we're going to jump into this question and answer session here. Keep those success stories coming in the chat box. If you drop them in the Q&A, that's fine too, because I'm going to be opening this up. Angela is filtering those out for me so that I can get those and read those with the questions. But I'm about to get into these questions right now. All right, our first question on today's Q&A comes from Jen. Jen says, "Hi Shane, Jen here. I know I'm pretty quiet in the forums, but I'm working away, taking action. That's what we want. That's the real goal, Jen. So you're doing just fine. I'm finally launching my membership with a challenge, and I feel solid about that. My question is about after. I loved your podcast with Tom Schwab from Interview Valet about guest podcasting because that's exactly what I'm planning to focus on after the launch as a way to keep and grow my audience. 2 questions. Do you have a process for approaching podcasters to be on your show? I have loads of people on my podcast, but rarely have I gone anyone else's. All right, so this is part A of this question. Yes, we do have a process for approaching podcasters to be on their show. Jocelyn has created this huge whole system for this, where we actually have like our team does it, VAs do it, and anybody can take this approach. The basic principles of it, I'll give you a high level view, and then maybe we'll have Jocelyn or Angela or Carrie or somebody. We'll go through the process. We'll explain how it works, and we'll put a video of it inside the Flipped Lifestyle Blueprint so that you guys know exactly how to get this done. Okay. But high level, we go out and look for places where it's kind of like getting an audience, but we're just looking for podcast hosts. So we go to places like Facebook groups where podcast hosts hang out. We go to events like Podcast Movement. I'm speaking at Podcast Movement this year, and I'll be at Podcast Movement all week. If anybody's going to Podcast Movement, I saw a couple of you in the chat. I'll see you there. We'll probably do some kind of meetup. But I go to places where podcasters are hanging out. There are lots of directories that you can just join of places where people are looking for podcast guests. But what we also do is we go and look for like ourselves. Like I'll go to Flipped Lifestyle and I'll look it up, and Apple will tell you other podcasts you might be interested in. We'll use that algorithm to try to find, and we'll just reach out to all those people with a form letter that says, hey, here's who we are. Here's the podcast we've been on. Here's the value we can bring to your audience. Would you like to guest? And then we just start doing reach outs, and it's a numbers game. I mean, you may ask 50 people and 2 of them let you on the show, but you can only do 2 or 3 a week anyway. So that's cool. That's fine. Also too, I started an individual podcast last week called the Shane Sams Show. Not last week, this year, called the Shane Sams Show. And the reason I did that was so that I could have something of value to offer. Like if it's a really big show, I'm going to offer them to come on my podcast, and we can do some kind of podcast swap. So podcast swap is a great way to sell yourself as a listener or as a guest. But guesting is an incredible way to get in front of a lot of people really fast. I mean, if you just did 2 guesting appearances a week, and let's say that those people just had 1,000 people listening each, well, that means 2,000 people a week are hearing about you that did not know about you before. So that's the basic process. I'll see if we can't. Right now, it's going to be tough, but pretty soon we'll see if we can't get that guesting procedure and that guesting DIY approach. We'll see if we can get a video for that inside the Flipped Lifestyle Blueprint. That's one of the great values of being a member of the community, guys. When you ask us for stuff, we make it for you and put it in the community. So I would start with write down the 100 podcasts that you want to be on. Ask every one of them to be on the show. Somebody's going to say yes. Okay. And then the second part of this question is, given my niche of mindset support for entrepreneurs, are there genres of podcasts I might not have thought to reach out to? Something left field that I might not have thought of. I don't like to go left field in my guesting appearances because I want to know they're either exactly in our space, right? Or in an adjacent space to what we teach and preach. So like right now, we are an online business entrepreneur brand, right? The adjacent brands that touch us, Jen, are family, marriage, and parenting, because we have a family and we're married and we parent, right? Like, so there's that mindset, mindsets type stuff, personal development type stuff. That's an adjacent brand. There's all kinds of little adjacent little windows. We're a faith-based brand. We're a Christian brand. So like, a lot of Christians follow us. So any Christian podcast, that would be fine too. Like anything adjacent to entrepreneurship that fits our branding, we would go on their podcast. But we've done some random things. Like I did Coast to Coast AM, which has over 1 million listeners every night. But they usually talk about UFOs and Bigfoot and stuff like that, which I'm all about. I love talking about that stuff. And I used to listen to Coast all the time. And I think it was amazing. But definitely there were some people that joined the community that didn't really get it. And they probably, that was a good thing because we got a lot of great people, but it was also like, it was a little too far away from our normal content stream to hold the audience. So you might intrigue people, but then they might go away. So try to stick to your, draw a circle, write your niche in the middle of it. And then what would be an adjacent thing based on your branding? Who are you, your personal branding? But don't get too far outside of that second circle because the members you get won't be great. All right. Let's see here. Got our first success story. This one's from John. John Fugler says, this month I've been a guest. How about that? On 3 podcasts, a national radio program, and a major radio station morning show. It has really helped me craft and improve my message. I'm putting myself out there, and now I have those interviews to post on my website to validate my reputation. John, I'd say going on national radio and getting on morning shows and being on podcasts to get you in front of other people deserves an official Flipped Lifestyle cowbell. Let's go, baby. Need more cowbell. We got some cowbell in the house. Good job, John. That's absolutely awesome. Hey, guys, get in front of every audience you can. I got another one. I did a guest appearance yesterday, but I can't tell you what it is. It's a secret. It's top secret, and it's awesome. And as soon as the guy reached out to me and said, hey, will you come be will you do this guest appearance? I just was like, greatest thing ever. You'll know what it is on August 11th. Okay. But I can't tell you what it is right now, but man, if you can get it, be a guest, man, guesting is the way to go. That's the way to grow. Awesome stuff. I think it's August 11th. It might be the 12th. I don't know what it is, but you'll see. I'll definitely mention at a member call in the future, but I'm really pumped up about it and really excited about it. And y'all are going to freak out when you hear about it. Okay. All right. Our next question comes from Liz. Liz says, can we start a membership with a small number of confirmed blog subscribers, or is there a magic number and how do we increase traffic to the blog to get more subscribers? Okay, I'm going to take this one again in two parts. I wish that I had a magic answer for everybody about how to grow your brand, but there's only two ways to do it. You roll up your sleeves, you open your wallet, and when you do that, you consistently do it. You consistently make content. You consistently share your content, or you consistently create ads. You prolifically promote your content and share your content. You relentlessly follow up with every single person that writes you in, especially earlier in your journey. That's the only way to do that. It's just going to take time to grow an audience, but there is no magic number about launching your membership. We teach it. If you go through the Flipped Lifestyle Blueprint, you need to open your membership before you even start seeking those people, before you go out and create too much content, before you go out and do those things. You need to have a place where they can go buy something day one. We really believe in product first. Like, you're the doctor, you know the prescription for your people, you know the problem, you know your thing solves the problem. Go ahead and make the most basic version of it you can so that you have a way for people to vote with their wallet. Because I don't care how many surveys you do, until someone gives you money, you don't have a good idea, right? You've got an idea that you should try and that you should throw mud on the wall and you should see what sticks. But when people vote, when you get that first person to vote for it with money, if you can find one, you can find 101, but that's what it takes to do that. So Jocelyn, when we launched our very first membership, guys, we had like around 250 emails total. And honestly, the only reason we waited to that long is because we weren't for sure what we needed to offer. Like, we started getting we would have launched with 5 emails or no emails, knowing what we know now, if we could have just done it, but we didn't. We were putting everything together in the very, very beginning. We just had an outline of what we were going to sell, and we finally just offered it to 250 people. And my first website ever, I was getting like one person a day, and I still had things on there to try and monetize it. So yeah, I would definitely say there is no magic number. Get your go to the Flipped Lifestyle Blueprint, watch the product course, watch the membership mindset course, make the membership in Kajabi, and then start building content to draw people into it. And that's the way that almost everyone I know has made it to success. Okay. Let's see. Vicky said, coast to coast, exactly how I heard about you. You're one of the good ones. You are one of the good ones, Vicky. We had a bunch of good ones. I want to say that too, man. We got dozens and dozens of amazing people on that from that radio show, but we also got a couple knuckleheads. So more knuckleheads than general. Like, if we're trying to filter out knuckleheads as much as possible, and we had a few more knuckleheads on that appearance because it was 1 million people listening, and we got thousands of emails from it. And that was just par for the course. You are the gold, Vicky. We were panning for gold in a big river that night, and we got a little bit of mud, but we also got Vicky. We got some gold to fall out the other side of that, man. Now Vicky's here. We're happy to have you, and I love Coast to Coast too. It's awesome. All right, so let's see. We've got here's a success story from Liz. Actually, I'm getting these success stories in order here. Liz's win from last week is joining the Flipped Lifestyle community. Let's give her some cowbell. Got a brand new member in the house hanging out, and that's a big win because you are taking your next steps toward a better future for your family, man. You're giving yourself a chance. That's all we're here for, guys. We're all here to give ourselves a chance, to give ourselves an opportunity. And anybody that draws that line in the sand, man, I got a lot of respect for. Awesome stuff. All right, let's see. Next question comes from Paul. Paul says, I had an idea to do a live day-long workshop, paid online. Okay. When I ran it past my wife, she mentioned she was concerned it would cannibalize in-person training. False. I think 2 different audiences because it would be cheaper and less personal. What do you think? I think that's totally false. People who come to live events want to see you live, period. It's not just to get your training. I hate to tell everybody that. It's not just about the training. It's to hang out live. It's to be in person. It's to meet new people. It's to network. It's to do those things. That is a completely different person than someone who wants the training. Also, not everyone can afford in-person training. It's not just the ticket. You have to get on a plane or in a car and buy meals and maybe stay in a hotel and drive 6 hours and all those things. So 9 times out of 10, it's a Venn diagram. There's some people that want the live event only. There's some people that want the virtual and will never go to the live event. And there's some people in between that can't afford to go to the live event in the first place. You should do both. You can do both of the things. Like, we will do online trainings. We will do live workshops because it's a different person. You're making it more available for other people. And everybody switched to this last year. Most of the marketplace, because of the pandemic, is now trained. to come to online events and understand the value in them. I know people that charge the same price for their online event and their offline event because the value is there. It's worth it if you put on a good show. It's just a different experience. It's the value add from an online training is convenience, that you're getting convenience. If you value convenience, you'd rather have the online training. The value add from the in-person training is you get to meet the star of the show, that's you, and you get to hang out with other really dedicated people who went out of their way to be there. You know what I'm saying? So those are that's what I think about online. I think in this day and age now, after the pandemic, do both. It's a great way to make some quick cash with a workshop. You might want to price it for your audience a little cheaper than your normal in-person event. And that way you can advertise it as that. People will like that, and it will make the live event more attractive. So great question. Great question, guys. The world is trained to do workshops now. Let's make sure that we are definitely 100% serving everyone in our audience, not just the people that we think. Hey, don't try to make decisions for your customers. Don't try to make decisions for your customers. Give your customers more options, not too many options. You'll overwhelm them. But like, don't sit there and be like, well, I wonder if my customers would like this or this better. Give them both. They will vote with their wallet and they will tell you what your audience means, right? So these biases that creep in, like, oh, I would never go to a virtual event over a live event. Well, I'm not selling to you. So why do I care what you would think? Jocelyn does this all the time. Jocelyn will be like, well, I just wouldn't do that. And I'm like, you're not my customer. You're my wife. And I'm your husband. And we're not selling to each other. We're selling to people who want this thing. So let's just sell them what they want instead of making this more complicated than it actually is. All right. We got another success story coming from Clark. Clark says, I just published my 20th podcast episode. Hey, Paul, Clark, I read a stat one time that said like 90% of people never make it to their 20th episode or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it's somewhere high and they don't even make it to the 20th episode. You have crossed that threshold. So let's give you some cowbell. Let's give him a standing ovation inside of the chat box, because he made it to a place where not many people will. Being consistent and being prolific is how you make a podcast grow, man. There's no better way in the world still to get to know an audience than a podcast. That's absolutely amazing. Awesome stuff. All right. Our next question is going to come from Vicky. Vicky says, which social media platform should I focus my efforts on first? YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram? Vicky, I would not even worry about social media if you're just starting your brand. I don't care about any of the social media networks. We literally do not care. It is a side strategy for us that we actually use, and we do use social media. We do share on social media, but our number one priority is our content. Are you being consistent, Vicky? Are you coming out with a podcast, a blog, or a YouTube video every single week? If you're not doing that, forget social media. Get consistent at that. Do you have a product yet, Vicky? If you don't have a product yet, you need to go in to watch the product courses, the membership mindset courses. You need to build your product. How are you going to engage with people inside of your membership? Okay, she has products. Get consistent with your content, and then it doesn't matter. The social media network of choice does not matter. I prefer YouTube because it's searchable. Facebook is where we live most of the time just because I don't feel like setting anything else up. But the real answer to that question is, where are your people? What do your people use? That's always the answer to that question. And then the second part of that question is, what do you like to create? And then my wife, Jocelyn, says, what you should do next is the intersection of what you love and what your audience wants. If you can find that happy medium, like, wow, most of my people love YouTube. I like to make video. Bam. Most of my people are on Facebook. I don't mind using Facebook. Bam. My people all love Pinterest. Well, I love Pinterest. Whoop, we got overlap now. And it really doesn't matter. Just choose one and focus all your energy on it and build an audience there. But everybody in here, content first. Get your product and your content consistent, prolific, and relentless. Social media is salt and pepper on the steak, people. It's salt and pepper on the steak. Your content is what's going to build your audience, period. Right? So you do have to put that on platforms. That's fine. But don't get caught up in, you got to be on Instagram. You got to be on Facebook. We barely use social media. I met some influencers last weekend that hate social media and have a small following, but massive influence with their relationships and things like that. Don't get too caught up in it. Just pick the one that you like and that your people use, and you'll be fine. For us right now, that's Facebook groups. I don't know what we're doing with social media. We don't even really care about it. We make more headway with personal relationships than we do anything else. So don't get caught up in social media. Social media is not the game it's cracked up to be. All right, let's see. Next success story comes from Dr. Treasure. What's going on, Dr. Treasure? Success story. I've seen steady enrollment since I raised my price from 49 to 79, proving my price point was raising my prices was the exact correct decision. She raised her prices from 49 to 79 and people kept joining. That's what I'm talking about. So let's give her some cowbell for having the courage to raise her prices. That's going to make you more money in the long run. You know, we struggled for 2 years in our online business. I wouldn't say struggled, but we struggled to get to the next level for about 18 months to 24 months until we raised our prices. Once we figured out that people wanted to pay more for more value, hey, that was the game changer for us, Treasure. I know it's going to happen for you too. All right, let's see here. Righty then. Our next question comes from Matthew. Matthew says, hey, Shane, what percentage of your overall net would you recommend spending on ads? Any preference, Facebook ads or YouTube ads? I have no preference. I'm not a big believer in ads. I'm a relationship marketer. I know that when I build relationships, some people call this Dream 100 marketing, that I get invited on podcasts. I got an email today from seeds planted years ago that a buddy of mine saw I was speaking at Podcast Movement. He's a major podcaster, and he invited me to a private dinner the first night of Podcast Movement. Like, that's the kind of marketing I'm all about, is like guesting, making relationships, helping each other, sharing each other's audiences. Like, that's where we're really going. Facebook ads and YouTube ads for us are just to get leads, like, cold leads. We are using Facebook ads more right now, but that's mainly because we don't really do a lot on YouTube, right? So I don't see any reason for us to really be there yet. So I don't think it's an either or. I think it's what you want to do and what you will do and what's more interesting to you. I know YouTube ads are search marketing, Facebook ads are interruption social marketing. Facebook ads are easier, but YouTube ads have more like legs to them. So it really doesn't matter, whatever you can get your value at. And most people spend 5 to 10% on ads of their business budget, not their just like gross budget, but like after you do some bills and stuff, 5%, 10%. You need to be spending something. We've got some ads going all the time, right? But don't go crazy with it. Don't spend your entire life savings on it. And your goal with your ads and a membership, though, Matthew, is to spend no more than 2 months of revenue, 3 at most, but 2 is probably good, on a lead, on an actual sale. Because think about this: if you had a $50 a month membership, let's say they stayed 3 months, that's $150, right? If you spend 100 to make 150, you will always win. Your retention is going to get longer as you get better at serving people. So you want to try to say, I will buy a customer. Customer acquisition is about 2 months, 3 months of membership, or really as long as it's about half of whatever your LTV is. So if your normal member stays 6 months, you could probably get away with 3 months and you double your money every 6 months, right? So that's generally what you need to be looking at. But I'm not going to ever like recommend a certain platform. I don't think they're that different. It's what you want to do. Okay. If you can make money with Pinterest ads, do it. If you can make money with LinkedIn ads, do it. Like whatever you can make money on, but 5 to 10% is what most people recommend. All right, let's see here. We got a bunch of success stories today. Let me see if I missed anybody on this first patch here. All right. Our next success story comes from Terry. Terry says, as a chef, my life has been in a blender for the past 15 months. Today, I am back on track and starting my online journey. The lessons and leadership learned over the past 15 months will prove to be priceless. I am really excited to build this thing. Glad to be here. Terry is getting focused and getting after it and making things happen, and has decided to start his journey again and make it happen this time. Let's give Terry a big standing ovation and some support from the Flip Lifestyle community. Hey guys, the hardest step in the journey, man, is that like, I'm just going to do this. Like, that's it. Like all the other stuff, there's a lot of hard decisions that you make as a business owner, but that's the hardest. So Terry, good job, man. Or let me say man. Let me make sure that is that male or female? I don't want to mess that up. So Terry, good job. Awesome stuff. All right. Our next question comes from Delyn. Wait, nope, that's not it. That's a thank you. Hold on. Wait, what? Oh, wait a minute. This is sneaky. All right. Delyn goes, not a question at this moment. I just have a gigantic thank you to you and Jocelyn for all you do. 3 exclamation points. Changing lives. 3 exclamation. I have a success story this week. I'll share it in the forums. Thank you. Okay. So Delynn, this is marketing 101 right here. She's left me on a cliffhanger. This is like this morning when I got up and watched Marvel's Loki and it just left me on a cliffhanger. And I was like, no, Delynn has left us. So everyone here, you got to go check the forums every single day this week, because Delynn has an awesome success story that she's going to share in the forums. It's a big one. So we got to look for that. We're going to be looking for that, Delynn. You don't got to tell us now, but she's going to be putting something in the forums this week. So everybody have a note your calendar. You got to check the forums every day. And good job, Delynn. I did not pay her to plant that. You got to log in and check every day if you want to see what Delynn's success story was. All right, our next question comes from Elise. Elise says, I'm launching my beta membership at $50 a month to start. Is there a number of members who join that will indicate a go or no go decision? Yes, there actually is an exact number of this. One. If you get one person to give you money for one offer, then you've got an offer that converts. And there are 4 billion humans connected to the internet and 3 more that are going to be connected in the next 5 to 10 years. So guess what? That's a huge playing field. And if you can find one, you can find 101, you can find 1,001, 10,001. You just have to put in the work. You got to roll up your sleeves and open your wallet and make the investment to get that ROI. But if you've got anybody anywhere that will take that offer, you just got to go find more of those people. Yes. So that's how that now the decision making comes on how you promote it, where you promote it, who do you connect with, who do you network with, how do you market it, whatever. But if you can find someone that wants it, you've got an offer that converts. So we look for that first sale. On a beta group, also, let me give you a little tip here. Since you're going to do a beta membership, I would highly recommend capping it with urgency and scarcity at 20. You can always do a second round of beta in 2 weeks, right? But let 20 people come in. Anybody you do have paying attention, that's going to create scarcity and urgency, limited spots, limited time, because it's going to close and you're going to start your beta round for a couple weeks. That'll get people to move a little faster, and it'll also make it where you can get used to managing that many people, right? You don't want 500. I mean, we do want 500 people to come flooding in, but I've seen that happen to people before, and it's very overwhelming. So that's also a good way to create some urgency and scarcity. So yes, one. Okay. All right. Let's see. Our next success story comes from Chad. It's a good one. Chad did 2 partner webinars. He's reaching out and people in his space saying, can I be on your podcast? Can we do a webinar together? He did 2 partner webinars since the last member call and got 26 brand new members. Imagine getting 26 people to pay you every single month right now, today. How happy would you be? Well, show me how happy you would be as I ring this cowbell for Chad and you start celebrating inside of the Flipped Lifestyle community member call chat room. Lots of cowbells, lots of icons, lots going on in there, man. That is absolutely awesome. Chad's killing it, y'all. Chad is running the race like he is meant to run the race. Good job, Chad, man. That's some great. Keep those success stories up. I can't wait till those end up being triple-digit success stories where you come in like, I got 101 new members from my partner webinars or something like that. That is awesome, dude. Well done. All right, guys, I've got 3 or 4 more questions here, it looks like. So if you have not asked a question yet, all you have to do is hit the Q&A button, and ask a question about your online business. We can talk about anything you want to talk about today. Well, when you ask a question, not only is it helping you, but everybody else that's here gets to listen in. We get to post these in the community as well. And it's going to help everybody else that's listening here too. And man, we've got a lot of activity today, a lot of questions, a lot of great success stories. I got more success stories than questions right now. So you guys are just absolutely burning up. That's why we are in the Flipped Lifestyle community, working together, because we are better together and changing our lives together, because we get to come here. We get to recharge. We get to celebrate. We get to get in the forums every day. We get to see other people doing what we're trying to do, and we get to make that happen, man. And it's awesome stuff to see. All right. Let's see here. Hold on. I seriously have so many success stories right now, and I can't even get to them all. All right. I need to make sure that we see all these. I need to like screenshot all these for Angela later. Hold on one second, guys. Let me just get some of these here, because there are so many success stories in this thing right now. Hold on. I will definitely get to read them all, hopefully, before that, because they're just flooding in right now. All right. Let's see. We've got our next question. Is this a question? Yes. Our next question comes from Shay. What's up, Shay? Shay says, I'm back and working hard on my tech membership. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I know what's going on here. All right. Trying to get it launched by July 11th. I am teaching the tech stack inside an online business using the WordPress and email platform. Awesome. Course platform, podcasting stuff. I will be teaching each software I support and use inside my membership, but I want to do live workshops too. How soon after launching the membership should I consider adding a workshop where I help my students get all their tech set up in a weekend or just a few days, i.e. they come live and get your website, email platform, and so, okay, so you're basically going to bring them in, do a workshop, and sell it up. Also, if I charge $97 a month for my monthly membership, how do I decide pricing on a workshop like this? It will be an intense boot camp style training. Okay, so there's a couple ways to do this. The first thing, if you're going to do anything live, is you need to go price out how much it costs, right? And you have to figure out the commitments of doing something live. Like are you going to go to a hotel ballroom? That's going to be about $3 grand, $4 grand. Are you going to ask for their tech? That's going to be a couple grand. Are you going to be able to, how are you going to be able to have people there to help you? You're going to have to pay them. You're going to need a couple admin people, maybe a runner or two, to run a workshop like that. So pricing it is critical. I don't remember what city you're in, Shay. Where are you? Go around and try and price some venues, see how much that's going to determine the ticket price, right? Because you're going to have to determine the baseline minimum you can charge. And then you're going to have to do what's called an effective hourly rate. I know what you do for a living. So you're going to have to say mathematically, divide your salary by your number of, months and weeks. And you're going to have to say, oh, my salary is X. I make this much an hour. And then you can charge your effective hourly rate. I mean, that's what you charge your employer right now to show up for work. So it has to be at least that, right? So let's say your effective hourly rate is $50 an hour. Okay. How many hours are you going to be at the live event? Are you going to be there 8 hours? Okay. Well, then you're charging $400 a day on top of cost divided by the number of attendees. Okay. So that's really complex. But you could do what Paul was doing. We talked earlier. Paul's going to be doing some like all day camps that are online. That's going to cut all your costs out. Now you can just charge double your effective hourly rate. So you're making twice as much money as you would make at your employer as you build out your business and be able to do those workshops. And you can just build things right there in front of them on screen. They can work alongside you. That's something you can do too. But I'm not discouraging from you to the event. Just know the costs. Know the cost. You're going to have to go buy an insurance policy. Like whenever we do any of our live events, I go down to my brother who's an insurance agent, and I say, I've got this many people coming. How much is a policy? It's $20 a head, whatever. And I got to buy that insurance policy because I don't want anyone to sue me. Right. So there's a lot of costs that go into live events. It's not just show up live and teach. You don't have to buy food for people. You don't have to do all that stuff. But even something as simple as like drink service can cost $500 for a weekend. Right. So I would actually recommend you go price this stuff or find someone who does live events. Like if you could find a good wedding coordinator somewhere in your area, a wedding coordinator will know all of the good things and places to go. And if you told them a budget, they could do that. Right. So let's imagine that all your costs together for putting on a decent live event were $5 grand. You would take, and let's say that you thought you could sell 20 tickets. We're going to divide. I'm going to do $4 grand because that's easier math for me. But like that's at least $200 a ticket and you ain't even made money yet. And now you've got that effective hourly rate of $250 or $50 an hour divided by that same amount of people. So you're talking probably a $500, $600 ticket, easy, or you could just do it live on Zoom and let them watch you record it. They're going to get all the courses. That would work as well. So if you have enough money to do live events, they can be very profitable for sure. But they can also creep up very quickly. And a lot of people I know get into live events and it overwhelms them very early. I would make sure you had some kind of customer base in the online business before I started doing it live. All right. Awesome stuff. Only the truth here, people. I'm never going to pat you on the back and say, you can do it, Johnny, and send you out to the races. We have done it all. And like, we have done a lot of live events. I'm telling you right now, those things creep up on you fast and you can lose your shirt if you're not careful. We always are trying to teach online first. And we're also in a position now with team and partnerships where we can just do a live event. So live events are not easy for sure. All right. And Shay said, those are things I never would have thought of. We didn't think of them either for our first live event. How do you think I know? It wasn't because I'm so spectacular at planning. It was because I ran forward and did it and said, oh no, that was $100 grand. So what are we going to do now? All right, we got better make 100 grand, divide the tickets, sell 1,000. All right, here we go. Brooke Butcher's got a success story coming in today. Hold on. Let's see. Brooke's got a success story right now. She's got 10 new members in the last week, and her leads are rolling in from Facebook ads this month. 10 new, imagine 10 new people paying you $50 a month. I think I would take that raise every day. Give her some cowbell in the chat room. I'm going to get a little cowbell going back here in my office. Good job, Brooke. Brooke is an inspiration. Y'all need to hang out, Brooke, more in the forums. If you're not in the forums hanging out with people like Brooke, you're missing out. You know, some of you come in sometimes and are like, Shane, oh man, last 2 weeks, my membership hasn't grown. Oh man, my podcast is just not getting new listeners. Shane, these Facebook ads are not converting. And I'm like, did you log into the community and watch any training? No, I didn't, Shane. Did you go to the forums and post any questions? No, I didn't, Shane. Did you get in there and celebrate a win every day in the success? No, I didn't, Shane. Well, guess what? That's why your membership didn't grow in the last 2 weeks. It ain't my fault. I've worked for the past 8 years putting hundreds of amazing people in the Flip Lifestyle community for you to hang out with. So what are you doing? You want to know why you're not growing? Because you're not doing the things that Brooke's doing. That's why. So get in there and do it. That's all I'm saying, right? All right. All right, here we go. Our next question comes from Belent. Let's see. Belent says, this is going to be long, but you asked for it in the last Q&A. In our last Q&A, I asked, how should I launch the membership? I have 182 subscribers then, now 207. You challenged me to launch on that week. So I created a quick, order. Hold on a second. All right, good. So I created a quick order form and sent out several invitations from my list for a webinar where I plan to pre-sell the membership. To my surprise, I did not get any signups. No signups for the webinar, Belent, or no signups for the membership. Let me know that. All right. To give context, my membership is going to be an accountability group where people can consistently work on webinar. Okay. For creating and consistently work on correcting their posture, regular exercising, health. Okay, good. All right. So it's a fitness program that's designed to give the major benefit of I will fix your posture. That's what it is. All right. So these exercises, these workout programs, I'm sure there's meal plans involved, is to make you healthier and get your posture up and straighter, which is a huge need for people out there. I started to fix my posture in the May, making great progress. It's getting better, not fixed yet, but it's getting better. So I still can't sell the membership as something for sure that works. Is it getting better? I don't know. I'm going to work with, well, it's an accountability program. You're not actually teaching them how to do this like you are an expert. You're just trying to give them some accountability. It's more like, hey, do you want to work on your posture? Let's work on it together. That's what you're actually selling. You're not selling the path to do it. I'm going to work on it with a physical therapist. That would be good to have a professional come in and make your product to fix my posture quicker. What was the title of the webinar, Belent? What was the title? Put that in the chat room. I'll need to know that. That's going to give me a lot of clues on to why people did or did not sign up. Okay, so when no one signs up for your webinar, this is, I guess, the core question here. What happened? What can I do? What can I control? Okay. So we had about 200 people that were paying attention to Belent's work. So we've got something going on there. So there are people, there are eyeballs available, but nobody showed up, right? Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to get their attention with your headline. If your headline is like, hey, come to my webinar for some accountability on getting healthier and having a better back, like that might be okay. But it's more like how to have better posture in 3 months or less. Then you might not be able to make that claim, but it might be how to have better posture. 3 secrets to having better posture with nothing but doing exercises or something like that. You got to have the major result that you're promising in the title. Like ours is how to start an online business. Let's see, what is it? How to start our online business without putting everything you've already worked so hard to gain at risk. Something like that. So it's like how to start an online business, but you get to keep what you got because a lot of people are afraid to go down a different rabbit hole. I'm doing a talk at Podcast Movement called How to Make Your Full-Time Living as a Podcaster Without Selling Ads or Needing a Huge Audience. Now, how many podcasters out there do you think are going to flock to my talk at Podcast Movement? Because they're all sitting there thinking, I'm going to Podcast Movement. I'm going to see thousands of podcasters. They're going to be flipping through this program and see the headline, How to Be a Full-Time Podcaster. without a huge audience or ads? Well, none of them have people beating down their door for ads. None of them have a huge audience, but we do have a method that can help them with a very small audience make a living, right? So the idea and the concepts in your headline and your description is, I would guess, why these 207 people that you are subscribed to your list didn't do it. Okay. Title was, I have more posture problems than I thought. Yeah, that's not the good title. The title is always based on like think about this. Like, imagine if Flip Lifestyle's tagline instead of was how to find and use your God-given talents and abilities and experiences to start, build, and grow an online business. That's our tagline. Imagine if it was, I have way more money problems than I thought. No one would be in this chat room. And I'm not being facetious. You should have saw some of my headlines, bro, when I started out. But there is no way that headline was enough. It's more like the surefire way to have better posture in 90 days or less. Now, I'm not saying that's a claim, but it's the surefire way to have better posture in 3 easy steps. Your 3 easy steps are the exercises, the accountability, and the commitment, or something like when you get there. But you got to have some, you cannot, your subject line, I can see why no one signed up. Like, I have more posture problems than I thought. Like, that's not going to get anybody. I wouldn't sign up for that. Like, I got knee problems. If someone said, I have more knee problems than I thought, I would never sign up for that, because I have knee problems too. I got enough knee problems. I don't need any more of your knee problems. But I would sign up for how to make your knees hurt less after a long walk. I would totally sign up for that, because I go for long walks and my knees hurt. I want the result. I want the promise. I want the benefit, right? So you're going to have to, with integrity and honesty, look at that and say, what is the result I'm delivering? What are the benefits that I'm delivering? What is the path I know to be true? Like, I know these exercises are working from physical therapy. I know that this works way better when I have an accountability group. Like, what are those things that you can speak to be honest and have lots of integrity? But there's no way, guys, don't put problems in your webinar titles. Don't put problems in your subject lines. You want results and benefits in the first thing that people read, or they will never take the next step. They will never click the button, never click the link. So, Belinda, we can work on this title in the Flip Lifestyle community forums. You can go post a post. We can go back and forth and get some other people involved so we can kind of think this through. But what result are you promising, man? Like, I mean, if your result is correct your posture with regular exercising, which you wrote right here in your question, then your thing probably needs to be how to correct your posture with regular exercising. And then you need to put that in front of people and see if anybody signs up for the webinar. Okay. Common mistake, Belinda. You are not alone. I still make this mistake sometimes, and I have a terrible email subject line that nobody opens. That's fine. Whatever. We're all just throwing mud on the wall. So you got to throw a little bit more mud on the wall. That first one didn't work, but it's probably because of the subject line. All right. We got another win here from Jennifer Trinidad. Jennifer says, I've been talking about my membership every single day to create curiosity, and my email list is growing, ! Slow but steady. I've gotten a lot better at presenting my 30-second elevator pitch. Email list is downstream of sales. Y'all hear what I said there? When you go get an audience and you start getting more emails, you got more sales coming down the road, because the bigger the list, the bigger the paycheck. Let's give her some cowbell. She's focusing on the right things. She's growing her email list, which is going, that's what you got to do, guys. Grow your, get consistent, get prolific, get relentless, grow your audience, grow your list, grow your membership. That's it. It's simple. That's the path. It ain't easy. It's hard. It doesn't always make sense, but guess what? That's what makes it work. That's what makes it work. Good job, Jennifer. Proud of you, girl. All right, let's see here. All right. Our next question comes from Chad. Chad says, can you go through a little bit of a preview of July's Membership Masters newsletter? All right, guys. So the digital copy's out. The one in the mail should be there by now. So the July issue of the Membership Masters newsletter this month. Sorry if you haven't ordered it, you can't get it. I'm sorry, but you might be able to get the next one. So if you like what you hear, August is coming next month. But I send out that marketing newsletter every single month. This month, we're having a special promotion over the 4th of July called our penny upgrade sale. And the basics of how it works is this. Most of the time, 99% of the time, we recommend, even on free trials, you take a credit card. and you say it's zero, but you got to give us a credit card for so that we know your identity. The reason we do that is because we want to protect the culture of our membership as much as possible. It takes a few things off. It's a little filter. Most people won't type in their credit card even for a free thing. It also lets us automatically renew. That's the primary reason we want it. Come in, get it for free. We're going to wow you in 30 days and you're not leaving. Right. So that's why we take the credit card, so we don't have to resell. So for this weekend only, limited time, we're doing a name, email only, no credit card required free trial. 30 days. Here we go. Right. So the goal is, about every 6 months, if we do something like this, it moves a ton of people off our list into the membership. People who have not seen what we do get a chance to see it for 30 days. And it's a really, really cool thing. So we're doing no credit card required, name and email only, 30 days. We got a product in Kajabi, turns off in 30 days, you're out. It does not renew at all. Okay. Now, the goodies inside of this promotion is what happens when they sign up. Name and email, next page, the thank you page. Welcome to the Flipped Lifestyle community. I have a second offer for you. Why don't you double your free trial for 1 penny? That's right, 1 penny. You can get 60 days for a penny if you sign up for it right now, but it is only available on this page, July 5th. You can never get this again. It's over. This year, it's gone. This is our 4th of July promotion. It's the only time we're doing it this year. So sorry if you don't get it, but 1 penny right now, all you gotta do is get your credit card out, 1 penny, right? So they put in their penny and they get a 60-day trial. It turns the 30-day trial off. And now we've got that long to renew them, right? So the goal is, Elise says, that's how you got me with the upsell. I love telling you guys what I'm doing to you, right? So that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. So the goal is penny upsell. Who's not? I mean, wouldn't you feel bad if you turn down a 60-day awesome thing for a penny? So they get that. And then, of course, we do the quarterly upsell. At the very next page, we'll say, hey, 50% off for a quarter. If you commit, we always reward commitment here. So yeah, so we're just going to keep upselling. And then we got 60 days to renew all those people. So I clean my list with sales. All you people sitting around deleting people, trying to avoid the next level or trying to get your unsubscribes off your list because you think your open rates are right and they're not, and they're actually opening your emails, and you're deleting people that are opening your emails. Don't listen to anybody. Like, your open rates are not true. They're not correct. They're impossible to track. Send emails, buy or unsubscribe. Let them make the choice. Stop making choices for your customer. But this is how I clean my list. I want to see 200 people sign up for a no credit card required. And then I want to upsell them 3 times until they do unsubscribe. Then I know they're not on the list anymore. I want to give them a promotion for 5 straight days. I'll let people unsubscribe from my list anyway, if they're going to get out of here. And then I want to move as many people off my list as possible every few months. So we do that with sales like this. There you go, Chad. There's your preview. I'm not going to go any farther into it because there was some other stuff in the newsletter. Guys, if you're not subscribed, go to ShaneSams.com right now. Some of you people, it's included in your membership because you're on one of our new promotions. But some of you older members, man, you may not be getting membership masters. Go to ShaneSams.com, click down at the bottom. I think it's the middle option, and you can learn more about it. You can get it added to your membership. It makes people money every single month. Am I right, Chad? That's what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. I got a big affirmative yes. Got a win from Paul. Paul says, I've got 100. So Paul apparently did an email to survey his audience, and he had 130 people interested in a live 2-day workshop, a live day-long workshop, which included 6 people said, I don't care what it costs. Take my money now. Holy smokes. That's a cowbell. Everybody give him Paul. Way to ask that question. I see now why you asked this question earlier. It's in a Facebook group and you got people saying it. Well, let's let them put their money where their mouth is, Paul. Take the money, man. Like, go price it out, what it would cost to do this live event. Figure out where it would be in the city you're in. I know where you live. Like, go grab a space. Call Amber. She'll help you. Like, go get a space. Save as much as you can. Do it at a church, right? Like, you got a lot of church connections in and around that area. Like, do it in a church to save some money. Pay them $500 for a weekend or something. Use the sanctuary. This is a live online event. Okay, fine. Do that. But set a price, whichever it is, live or in person or online. Like, make them vote with their wallet now. If they're saying that, prove it. Like, put $500 on it and do it. I'll just put $500 in front of those 6 people and see if you start with $3,000. Send them a personal message that you said you don't care what it costs. It's $500. Let's go. If those 6 people buy it, put it in front of the other 130. You may have 10 grand before the week's over with. So in the next couple of weeks, like, do this. Be like, hey, this is going to be $500. I'm going to take a 50% deposit now, and it's going to bill you in 30 days. Go ahead and let them take half of it and pay now, right? And that gives you 30 days to see if you can pull it off. And if you don't, refund them. Don't refund them. That's an old Tim Ferriss tactic. Like, prove it. Make the order form. Don't even make the sales page. Don't even fulfill it. Just be like, put money in. Vote with your wallet. If they do, go on and put it in front of the rest of them. See how much you can make, and then go spend the money. But make sure that you know the cost of doing those things before you do. If it's online, just put it in front of them and let them see it. If they say, when people say take my money, I give them the opportunity to give it away. Like, send them an order form, dude. Like, you clearly have something of value they need. Go get it, man. All right, let's see here. All right, guys, I have one question left right now. So this is my last call for questions. I do have a bunch more success stories. I need to make sure that I want to read everybody's success stories. And I also want to make sure that I do have all of these success stories recorded so that we can send you guys messages. If you posted a success story today, go put it in the success forum as soon as we get off here. But I got one more question. So last call for questions. If I got anybody else, then I'll read a couple of success stories to finish us up today. But man, what a great call. You guys are absolutely crushing it, hanging out in the chat room. Lots of good things happening in the chat room as well. So I'm getting ready to get to Ian's question in just 1 second. Do want to repeat what a couple announcements from earlier. One, Flip Your Life Live going on the road. It's actually going to be called something a little bit different this time, but it's going to be powered by Flip Your Life Live. But it'll be me and my team for 2 days, teaching people how to start, building, and grow an online business. I'm framing it like a walkthrough through the blueprint, so people leave with an actionable plan that they just cannot resist taking action on, right? Our first stops are going to be in Tampa, Florida on July 30th and 31st. So keep an eye out for that. I do not have a link to buy it yet. We are confident this is going to sell out immediately as soon as we drop the link because the prices are going to be really, really inexpensive. We're probably going to have some VIP packages, but generally it's going to be like 100 to, I would guess it's going to be like 197-ish. And more than likely, that's going to cover 2 tickets. Like, you're going to be able to bring your spouse, bring your business partner, bring your kid, teenager, or something that you want to learn about online business. We are going to be doing that. So July 30th and 31st. I can't remember exactly where it is. It's in Tampa, but we will get the details out to you guys. And also, we are going to still be in Tampa on August 14th and 15th. Angela, help me out here. Angela knows the calendar better than I do. I'm just trying to tell everybody about it. 14th and 15th. So those 2 weekends. July 30th and 31st and August 14th and 15th. Save the date. If you're in the Tampa area, if you're within driving distance of Tampa, Florida, if you want to hop on a quick flight, there's a lot of flights that go into Tampa, a lot of airports around there too, Sarasota, other places. I really, really want to make sure that you guys are in those live events. Jennifer says, I have yet to attend a live event, but being in Shane's roundtable with awesome people like Brooke and Angela was life-changing for me. Imagine how much more in person. We got to get out to Hawaii, Jennifer, so we can, or on the West Coast, so we can get you in. We'll also be going to a few other cities this year. Definitely going to be in Texas later in like October, I think. So Texas, a little bit more centralized. DFW is an easy airport to fly into. But Tampa's where we're going next. Keep the dates circled. Again, these tickets are going to go fast, guys. These tickets are going to go really, really fast. So you better be ready for it. And then also coming next week early, I'm going to be sending out a link. Texas should be Dallas. I want to say it's Dallas. I'm also going to be speaking at FinCon, but Dallas is going to be an event we're going to be having later this year. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. And Vicky also said, hey, focus work session, gang. Let's do it. That's right. For those of you who do not know, every single week we have co-working sessions. My team leads co-working sessions. They actually show up. They're doing work. They're sitting there and hanging out and getting some of their stuff done here at Flip Lifestyle World Headquarters. And they invite you guys to come in and work together. It gives you a focused place, a set place where you can come and, like, you need to write a blog post, just hang out and do it. We're just going to be sitting on Zoom. We're going to be hanging out, but you got other people in the chat room, other people are working at the same time. This is a benefit you get from being inside the Flip Lifestyle community. So make sure that you are coming to those co-work sessions. It's an amazing environment. We really want those to grow. It's a major focus of ours for the rest of this year. So you can check those out on the newsletter, in the forums. That'll let you know where the co-working sessions are. And next week, I'm going to be sending out a link for those of you who are not on Kajabi, but you want to do it. Little sneak preview. They are getting ready to have a $99 for 90 days promotion, you get 3 months of Kajabi for like $33 a month, which is crazy amazing because it can build your website, it can do your email list, it can do your sales funnels, it can manage your customers, do all your product hosting. We have our entire business on Kajabi on the customer facing side just for that reason. And the only reason fliplifestyle.com does not use Kajabi is because it's a legacy website and has lots of traffic. So it has lots of SEO juice and blog articles, and we just haven't had time to move it over yet. So I highly recommend that everybody start out with Kajabi. The beginning of next week, I'll be sending out, or probably the end of next week, I'm hoping to get those links early for the Flip Lifestyle community so that we can get that promotion to you. All right, we got a last question today comes from Ian. Then I'm going to read a couple success stories and do a group cowbell to end the show. Ian says, we're hoping to launch in the next couple of months. What would you say are the top 3 go-to marketing things to do to get early traction? Do you already have any kind of online presence, Ian? I don't know. I mean, is this literally from scratch? Like you are launching your website? Nope, this is totally from scratch. Okay, gotcha. The number one thing you've got to do right now is, I know this sounds so counterintuitive, but you want to not think about marketing right this second. What you want to do first is you want to make sure you have vetted your idea using the vetting course inside the Flip Lifestyle Blueprint. You want to batch all of your content. For 11 to 12 weeks and get that done so that it's rolling out and building an audience, which will free you to go up and prolifically share that content every week that it rolls out on social media, every social media you can, maybe buy some ads to get that stuff going on. But the first 3 months of your business are be consistent, prolific, and relentless. You've got to consistently create content, batch it. Just take 1 week and batch 12. Get it done, get it scheduled, let it come out once a week. Every day you wake up from now on is to share that stuff on social media so that people will come to your website and join your email list. When they come to your email list, relentlessly follow up. Every single person you make a video for and you email them back for the first 1,000 people that get on your list, right? To get that traction. And if you can afford it, start running some ads to your content, which is designed to get people on your email list. Okay. Like those are the main things I would do. Also, I would try to make some relationships in your space. If I was telling anybody right now to market and to do something that I did well, but not well enough for a few years of our business, is write down the top 100 people in your space and reach out to them and say, how can we help each other? Because you will be shocked at how many people say yes. And you will be shocked at what opportunities and doors open up when you really go all in on making that happen, because your net worth is directly related to your network. And if you don't have one, you better start doing it. Get the live events, reach out to people, try to be on people's podcasts, have them on your stuff, and offer them guest appearances and all that good stuff. All right, great question. Awesome stuff. Got 2 more success stories here. Lori says, I'm becoming a content creation machine. Did 2 blog posts this week. Awesome stuff. And posted it in Facebook and Instagram every day. CPR, consistent, prolific, relentless. That's what breathes life into your online business, is when you're consistent, prolific, and relentless. And 4 strangers joined my Facebook page. I am being found. Finally, those baby steps are creating ripples. Good job, Lori. Super proud of you. And our last one. I've already read that one. So that was our last success story for today. Goes to Lori. Let's give her some cowbell. She is staying consistent, prolific, and relentless, like all of us should as well. If you did not ask a question today, I want you to do something before you log off this computer. You can even leave this Zoom room open for a minute. Go log in the Flip Lifestyle community. You can do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, y'all, inside the community. That's why we have the forums, so that our paying members can go in, can interact with each other inside the community. And our team is always watching those so that we can get in there and answer your questions. We want to make sure, our goal is to make sure that everybody gets an answer to their question every day, right? So if you come in and got a question, our goal is to get it for you. If we can't do it, another member will answer it. But everybody in there is amazing. I just had someone tell me the other day, they said, how do you answer questions in your forums? This was an influencer, and we were helping them build out a sales funnel, helping them build out a membership. And I said, it's not really hard because our members are amazing. Like historically, lifetime in our forums, every single post has gotten an average of 4 or 5 members answering a question before we can even get to it. And people are pointing to the Flipped Lifestyle Blueprint. They're helping you find answers to questions I've already done in the past. They're telling you their life and experience. We have the best community of the best people anywhere in the online business world. And that is by design, because we are family-focused entrepreneurs trying to change our lives, trying to change our family's futures, trying to build family trees with deep, deep roots that grow forever. So that's automatically going to draw in people that want to help each other out. So don't be neglecting the forums. I see how many people are in here right now. Every one of you should go post in the forums before you log off if you've got a question. The second thing you should do is you should be celebrating your wins in our success forum every single day. If you get a blog post done, come tell us about it. We'll ring some cowbell for you on the side. If you got a podcast that was awesome, if you had an amazing opportunity, if you had a surge in your email list, like, tell us those good things are happening. When you let those things, you see the success story, it stays in your mind. But when you let it pass through your lips and your fingertips and you tell people and you get it out into the world, it creates momentum and strength, and you get other people coming and cheering you on, and it's just going to make everything a whole lot better. So make sure you're using the forums. Make sure you're using the Flipped Lifestyle Blueprint. And if we have any resources that you cannot find, make sure you let us know. We will find them for you. All right, guys, that is all the time we have for today's Q&A. Thank you so much. We'll be back with you here in a couple weeks. We cannot wait to see you out on the road live. Also, look for that Kajabi announcement that is coming at next week, so that we can get you all a great deal to get switched over to Kajabi or start your website. Hey, some of you are just getting started. Go watch the idea training. Go set your goals. Next week, I'm going to have an amazing deal for Kajabi so that you'll have a 3-month shot at building your website and everything else. Have a great weekend, guys. God bless. We'll see you next time. Happy 4th of July, America. Good job, guys. Later.